I'm Michelle McCullough with Competition Plus TV, and I'm joined here by Cale Aronson with Ace Racing Clutches. Now, Cale, you recently did an article with Bobby Bennett on the difference between drag racing and street racing. Would you like to elaborate more on that for us?
Yeah, really what the big thing is I've wanted to state, and I've had a lot of people have stated it to me, and it really has always been a thing where no one wanted to comment about it, just simply because, they're just going to draw the criticism. But, I agree wholeheartly that the grassroots movement is something that I generally support, and basically in the fact that, the tracks, the sanctioning bodies, why they're there is because it was originally get street racing off the streets. And I know street racing has gone on for years, there's no doubt about it. But I just kind of feel that there's a lot of times when references are made to something that's glorifying something that's not really what our sport is. Drag racing is a legitimate sport. As kind of like I've said earlier, people don't say they're NASCAR racing just because they went and took a corner. So it's kind of a thing where it gives us a black eye in our sport, and all of a sudden it becomes a thing where they don't say, hey, that person is going down that track. Yes, it's a closed environment, and we all know it. And I have no problem with it. Matter of fact, I kind of think, the idea behind the premise of a show like that is it's entertaining. There's no doubt about it. But there's people out there that are 16 years old or, in that age range that, they try to emulate other TV shows that they've seen, and there's a disclaimer at the beginning of ridiculousness. There's a disclaimer at the beginning of Jackass. And the best way to put it is they still try it. They still get hurt. They still get killed. We just have to do things as a society, I think, that makes us more responsible for some of the things we do. And I guess the best way to put it is I don't like it whenever I look at a news article or I hear a TV article or somebody asks me something and they say something about drag racing and it's two cars on the street, just lining up beside each other. I know everybody races stoplight to stoplight, and I'm not saying that I haven't had my fun being silly on the street, but the point of it is you're not going 150, 200 miles an hour with 2,000, 3,000 horsepower down an unprepped surface with no barriers and the potential for, I guess the thing that scares me is there's kids out now that can go buy a 600, 700, 800 horsepower car from a dealer. And there's a lot of parents that, they spoil their kids and things happen. And, I look at it and say we're responsible for that to a large degree. All of us are in the sport. So that's my big, that's where I really feel like it's not necessarily one show or one thing. I just think that particular thing is something that's definitely glorifying something that probably shouldn't really be glorified. I know we're never going to stop it, but at the same time, I really would like to see the tracks, the sanctioned organizations, to really work harder to make the tracks more accessible to the young people, because I'm very happy to see them out there working on cars and doing this stuff. I mean, it's a resurgence in our sport that I love seeing, but I want to see them doing it in a safe environment, and I really don't want to see innocent people who have nothing to do with it, get injured.